Shri Anil Agarwalji, Shri Rajesh Agarwalji, Mr. Anil Rajput, dignitaries on the dais and distinguished participants. Let me just try and build on what the previous speakers have already said. When we talk about assistive technology, our minds immediately go to the technology word rather than the assistive part. And assistive technology is not just electronics or digital technology, but includes very simple things, including a pair of spectacles. If you're of my age, without my reading glasses, presbyopic glasses, I cannot do any near work. And such simple things are also not available to a large proportion of our population. So assistive technology includes all sorts of things: mobility aids, hearing aids, visual aids, and I'm sure people will speak more about what is there and what needs to be developed. But don't forget that simple things are needed. This is not to decry the role of modern technology. The images show people with prostheses, orthoses, wheelchairs. Technology goes a long way to improving these. 3D printing is used now for fitting prostheses and orthoses and make life very much better for people with disabilities. But let us not forget that most do not have access even to simple technology. Again, very simple optical devices help a lot of people with low vision and visual impairment. I think stories are much more, tell better things, speak better than lengthy examples or lengthy elaborations. This young man had hearing impairment. He really struggled with school, and as Mr. Rajput talked about, it really impacts their self-esteem, the family's situation when people keep telling them, "What will your child do? He can't do anything. You better make provisions for him." Simple hearing aids transformed him from an underachiever to an achiever, the top of his class in school. And now he has real ambitions of going on to university, to providing not just for himself, but contributing to society. What is the need for assistive technology? We heard that there's a huge need, but what is the actual need? So the WHO, the World Health Organization, has pioneered these RATA studies, rapid assessments of assistive technology. Pilot studies have been done in 4 districts in India by the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and they show the huge need. In the sample population, 27% needed some form of assistive technology. Let us also not think that assistive technology is only for persons with disabilities. There are many, many people who need assistive technology, and almost a third of those who needed it had no access to it. The chief barrier was the cost. WHO has again done a lot of work it is a key focus in their work on disabilities. They have a great initiative on assistive technology, and they have defined what is needed, the 5 Ps: people, policy, products, service provision, and personnel. We need people who are trained in order to provide assistive technology. In our country, we have now increasingly community-based workers who are trained with a short course, a 6-month course on various aspects of disability inclusion. This is the CBID course of the Rehab Council of India, and these persons go out into the communities to identify persons with disabilities and help them access whatever is available in their communities. We need to not just community-based personnel, we need specialized personnel. One of the greatest needs is for auditory technicians, for prosthetic and orthotic technicians. And besides all those who are versed with modern technology and can advise appropriate technology for the person. It's not a one-size-fits-all. We need to have people who can look at the person's need, their environment, and advise appropriately. So we need data on numbers of people who need devices. I'm happy to say the All India Institute of Medical Sciences will soon be conducting nationwide studies on using the RATA assessments, rapid assessments, across the country within the next 2 years, and then we'll have better data on what is the need. And I've already talked about this, but not to forget the role of accessible environments. Without a suitable environment, the technology you give cannot be used, and all too many devices are just put on shelves or kept inside cupboards without being used. So what else can India do? Yes, we have to do the design and development of new devices which are appropriate for the times. And we have already heard how new technology is helpful. We have to make sure that these are affordable and available. But I would also say that we have to look beyond our own borders. Indian industry is capable of developing the most modern technology, of doing it cheaply, and there are huge, most of Africa, large parts of Asia, large parts of Latin America have even worse access to assistive devices than India. This is the challenge before India. We do not just look after the needs of our own people. Can we be leaders for the world in this sector? I'll just talk very briefly about what my organization has done in this sector. CDM India Trust has been working for over 50 years in India, and we work across the country in the field of assistive technology. From 1994 onwards, we have distributed over 5 million devices. Besides this, we have various other initiatives. I'll just highlight a few of them because of the shortness of time. About 6 years ago, we produced a compendium of assistive devices and technology. It's available in electronic format on the internet. And of course, it does need now to be updated with new devices. We'd be happy if anyone would work with us to update this compendium. We've produced with RP Center AIMS a training manual on smartphone applications for persons with disability. There are braille watches available which have been distributed especially for this went to the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association for the Blind. We've been setting up low vision centers where persons with visual impairment in rural areas can go and get their eyes tested and know what devices they need. And these have been mainly been set up with government institutes, district hospitals, and also some NGO organizations. In our learning centers across the country, children are brought in with and without disabilities. Those who need need assistive technology are provided it, and also they are taught. As I said, without accessible environments, you can't go anywhere. So we are accredited by the department for access audits. We have worked with NGOs, corporates and other government institutions on making public and private spaces accessible. We have also developed material for training corporate employees on inclusion. Very often a corporate employs a person with disability but then is a little bit stuck on how do we manage this. And the other employees are even more beyond the HR team, how do I communicate? What do I do? So this communication, these trainings are available. I'm happy to say we worked with NNT Mindtree on one inclusive park in Kolkata. We have done other inclusive parks across the country because it's not just working, it's also play and recreation which is important. Our vision is an inclusive society where all persons with disabilities achieve their full potential. We work in various areas towards this, and we have received various awards. We reach over 3 million people every year. We work with various organizations, corporates, we work with NGOs, we work with leaders in the space. Assistive technology, yes, it transformed lives. It can't do it alone. This young man needed a wheelchair, but without a road near his house, he can't go anywhere in his wheelchair. Without accessible public transport, he cannot get on a bus. So we have to think of all aspects of inclusivity, accessibility, and not just only assistive technology. Thank you. I hope you can hear me.